Ahoy Summoners, and welcome to our next official Marvel Contest of Champions live stream. We are coming to you live from sunny Vancouver. It's not sunny, well, maybe it is today, but we are thrilled to have each and every one of you here. We are diving in to a lot of very cool conversations around new content coming to the contest in the coming months. I know there's a lot of you that are brand new here, and I want to thank you all for coming in for your first ever live stream. We hope that you choose to stick around. Of course, we've got a lot of returning people as well, and for the first time ever, we are doing one of these live streams over on YouTube. So hello to anyone checking in from the official Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel. It's great to have you all here. Thank you so very much. And to those of you watching perhaps through other content creators' streams as well. However you choose to watch this stream, hey, we're just glad that you're here. We are going to encourage you to come over and hang out on Twitch, but we'll get into that a little bit more in the future here. Just give me a second. I want to let you all know, I see you in Twitch chat popping off. I see all the giveaway entries. It's not live yet. Everyone stand down. It's not live yet. We'll get to that. Main reason it's not live, I see chat just stop out of the corner of my eye. The main reason it's not live is I want to say hello to you. And we want to welcome in some new people as well. Like we've got MCOC Quipster here. We got Telly the Titan. We got D1 Pillow. Welcome on in, everybody. It is so good to see you all. We have a lot of exciting things to cover today. If you've never been to one of these live streams before, you're in for a treat. We're going to be bringing in a number of people from the dev team, or I guess that was the initial plan. We'll be bringing in someone from the dev team, but more details as we get into it here. Again, we've got the stream live on YouTube as well as here on twitch.tv/kabam. But if you want to be eligible for this giveaway, this grand giveaway that I see so many of you already here for, you're going to want to be over at twitch.tv/kabam. Again, we are giving away later in this stream the first ever 7-star champion in Marvel Contest of Champions. It's going to be very exciting. We're going to find out who wins it, and we're going to spin the crystal live on the stream so that every single one of you watching right now, or maybe watching later on this VOD, will know who the first ever 7-star champion in Marvel Contest of Champions is, and we are so stoked for that. There will also be 10 runner-up prizes of a 6-star Nexus crystal. I'm going to explain all the details, so don't panic. We'll get there. Let's dive into what else we're covering today. We're going to be talking about 8.2. Now, unfortunately, the member of the game team that was meant to come in is sick, but we have all the information that they passed along to me. I'm going to do my best to discuss it on their behalf. We're going to show you a couple of sneak peeks around the boss, and we're going to dive into the rewards, because I know you're excited for those as well. We will also be talking about something a little bit new that we haven't talked much about to this point. We're going to be talking about the Gwenpool bobble blowout. If it sounds like a tongue twister, it is. But I'll say it a whole bunch of times very wrong for you guys, so you don't feel bad about saying it wrong later. That's definitely the only reason I'm doing it that way. Once again, the giveaway is not live. Anyone diving in with the exclamation point giveaway, you're doing a great job, but you're just a little early. Just hold tight. We'll get that. We'll let you know. We'll give you the thumbs up and the go ahead when that time is right. We, of course, will also be covering 7 stars before eventually giving one away. We're going to be talking about what's new and exciting. What is the equivalent of adrenaline or the mini game for the 5 stars? Let's talk about those specific things as well. We're going to give you a lot of insight. We're going to be sitting down with, hey, if you've been to these streams before, you're going to see a familiar face. For the first time, we have a returning guest, I should say. So that is awesome. Before we dive into the rules of the giveaway, which once again is not live, so before we dive into that, let's cover some ground rules here. If this is your first time in a live stream with Kabam, with Marvel Contest of Champions, welcome. I mean it when I say it, that this is my favorite way to interact with the community, and I'm so grateful that you're here. But this is a fun, celebratory, excitable space. If you are here to cause trouble, to start fights in the chat because you don't like Kabam or you don't like the way that someone looked at you, this isn't the place for that. This isn't the place for that. We have mods, they're watching the chat, which is flying by, which honestly I'm so thrilled to see. But they're watching the chat. They will kick you out, or they will time you out. So hey, we're all here to have a good time. Let's just work on building each other up and celebrating the things that we love to see here. Who else do we have as a first-timer in chat here? I want to say hey to Ram2211200. Every single one of those numbers matters, let me tell you. First-time chatters, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you've come back, hey, great. I know we've said it a number of times, but listen, you need to understand the level of gratitude that I have for you guys. All right, let's talk about the giveaway. Everyone ready? All right, we will be drawing the winner live. We will be doing that at the end of the stream. Okay? We will then be spinning the crystal so that everyone knows who that champion is. First ever 7-star in the game. We will then send it to that account. If you are a lucky winner of these things, we will be sending you a direct message on Twitch. Because no, there's no way to connect your Twitch account to your Kabam account. So we will be reaching out to you directly and say, hey, we need your in-game information, okay? That's gonna mean a couple of things. You're going to need to return to Twitch at some point, find your DMs, and check it and respond to the Kabam account. If anyone else asks you for your information, Kabam, K-A-B-A-M, baby. All right, that's it. We're the only ones you trust now. Sounds like a cult, not intended. All right, so that is what we're gonna be doing. We will be drawing the 10 runner-up prizes off stream because it's a little bit lengthy and it's not quite a climax on the stream, but we will be recording video and I think we will likely post it to our socials so that you guys have an idea of who won those giveaways, those runner-up prizes as well. All right, so again, we will be drawing the 7-star winner live. We will draw the runner-ups after the stream. We will reach out to all of the winners via DMs, direct messages, on Twitch. Boom, everyone good? Let me see thumbs up in the chat. None. everyone's still with the giveaways. Thronebreaker 51, thank you. James Avenger, great, appreciate it. I meet 713, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, is everyone ready? We already did the thumbs. All right, starting the giveaway now. Hold on. There we go. All right, you're in. Additionally, you can enter one time. That's a very important detail I should have included earlier. You can enter one time. All right? You can enter one time. Do not spam it the entirety of this stream. One time. One time each. How many times? One time. All right? Already 370 of you. Again, if you are watching on YouTube, you are going to want to come over to twitch.tv/kabam, make a quick Twitch account, no time at all, email, maybe a couple of name selections, exclamation point giveaway in the chat to enter our giveaway. 660 names already. That is how you are going to win. I mean, you're not all going to win, but we're all winners because we're here today having fun with each other. Sometimes I feel like I should be a host on a children's television series. Cool. Are you guys ready to get into it? I know while you all load up the chat with the giveaways, let's dive into something exciting, okay? We're going to be talking about 8.2 today. That's right, we have new story content coming to the contest. I don't think we've said the, oh no, we have said the date. All right, so next Wednesday, you are going to have access to Act 8.2. It's very exciting. We're diving in. Again, we had one of the game team intending to be here. They are feeling ill. They sent me this message. It says, hey Jax, they actually wrote cough in the message. I'm not gonna be able to make it twice for some reason. But hey, you got this. And I said, maybe, but here we are. So let's dive into it. So let's do a quick recap of the 8.2, the story leading into 8.2, all right? Now, I'm definitely gonna be reading his words, so bear with me a little bit as you get the profile photos, or the profile pic as I look off screen here. All right, and I'm gonna do it with a dramatic voice, hold on. Act 8, Chapter 2, opens with Karina interrogating Citalis, Chapter 1's trap-wielding final boss, in the hopes of learning more about her mysterious new foes, Ouroboros. When the infamous assassin only manages to raise more questions, Karina must once more head out into the battle realm to hunt for clues and uncover the true intentions of her enemies. Her search will lead the summoner right to the doorstep of Ouroboros' master tactician, Hulk Bahamut. More about that later. Corrupted by Ouroboros, Bruce Banner purged the mind of the Hulk and augmented his gamma-infused body to become a living nuclear reactor. Will you be able to survive the fallout or wind up in critical condition? Fans face this brand new MCOC villain and find out. I felt like that went well. Cool, so that is the story leading into Act 8.2. I'm very, very excited for it. My personal account, am I going to be on Act 8.2 next week? Nope. I got a little baby account. I only started playing this game a year ago. But, hey, I know a lot of people are looking forward to it, and that makes me excited as well. It excites me as a community manager to be able to come in and help you all celebrate this game that you all love so much. So thank you. Cool, so that's the story so far. So we have weapon nodes and disarm nodes. But we are also introducing something called capture nodes. Let me read. For Chapter 2, we've rolled out a brand new mechanic for interacting with weapon nodes. We'd like to introduce our summoners to capture nodes. These new additions to the standard weapon node setup will allow skillful summoners to temporarily steal the effects of a weapon node for themselves. By performing a specific action while the defender is unarmed, the attacker can gain the benefits of the weapon node temporarily, using its abilities to inflict terrible debuffs or gain powerful buffs. But be warned, similar to disarming defenders, when the capture timer expires, all weapon nodes effects will be removed, and the cycle will start fresh. What mayhem will you unleash when you capture your opponent's weapons? Lastly, there are, of course, a parade of new nodes mixed in with existing favorites, but we'll leave you to find them in-game. So that sounds pretty cool too. Again, not something I'm going to personally deal with, but I'm excited for all of you to do it. It is one of my favorite things to kind of keep tabs when we release new content, right? Like the last thing we did was Eternity of Pain Abyss, and seeing people go on the journey for the first time, you know what I mean? So whether it's tracking on social media or YouTube from our content creators or even in our forums, hey, come hang out in the forums. I'm there every day, pretty much. Regardless, I like following the summoner's journey of seeing a new piece of content, solving it together. As confusing as it could be for many, the side quest this month has been really, really cool to see the community come together, at least what I've seen in the forums, and collaborate to try to work to find the code for each of these safes. So I'm really, really excited to see what you guys have, what you got in you, basically, for 8.2. I think it's going to be really, 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 really fun. Cool. That's a lot of me talking. Hey, let's show you some videos. All right? So we've got Bahamut, our brand new boss, coming to the contest next Wednesday. Let's dive into something that we don't typically do. This is actually a concept. This is concept art. So I'm going to show you a little bit about the stages that our art team takes in very surface detail, from inception to creation of a boss or an in-game giveaway, or sorry, an in-game character, that sort of thing. I keep reading giveaway 400,000 times. So this is the concept art that we have. There likely was things earlier than this, but this is what we have as concept art. You can see it very 2D, nothing 3D modeled yet, no special effects or anything, but I personally like seeing our art team and their journey. Art team don't miss is something we literally say internally here. Art team don't miss. Okay, so that's the concept art. This is the in progress. This is once we've kind of transitioned to 3D modeling a little bit. And you can kind of see it start to take its form. You've got the classic video game T-pose, but all of the kind of coloring is there. It's a little bit more vibrant. You can see the shards pumping out of the armor there. I think it looks super cool. I think this looks super, super cool. And then we have what's called a turnaround internally of the final version of Bahamut here. So now you can see all of the lighting effects, you can see the character effects and coloring, you can see that that green isn't a flat green, that it's actually emanating light, that there's vents coming out of the shoulders. So I think it's super, super cool. Kind of seeing this process, and it's something that I want to be able to bring you guys, that we, the community team, want to be able to bring you guys maybe a little bit more of in the future. We've said this a number of times throughout the other live streams. What we are able to do with these streams, what we're able to accomplish with them, depends on you guys being here. So the more that you're here, the more that you're interacting, the more that we hear that you love live streams, the more that we're able to invest in it. Hey, we got a new table because you guys came to the live streams. So thank you so much. But again, if you tell us that you like stuff, if we have positive feedback, we're going to try and implement that a little bit more. I really do want to show you more in progress stuff from the art team. I think it's so, so cool. We've actually talked about bringing on an artist for a segment here, essentially going through their process. All right, before we show you Bahamut's special moves video, a reminder about the giveaway. Everyone gets one entry. You have to be at twitch.tv/kabam, type ! giveaway, all one word. You get one entry. Excuse my burp. We will be drawing the name of the winner at the end of this stream. All right, one giveaway. All right, let's take a look at Bahamut's special moves video here. I think it's very, very cool. This is another thing that our video team puts together, and I think they do a bang-up job on pretty much every single one of them. Bahamut looks really, really intense. A very menacing looking boss, honestly. Just so big and overwhelming in size, which I mean isn't rare. We've got a lot of those, but like a radiation breath, awesome. Very cool. I love the stage in this one. I know it's one of our newest ones. It just looks so good. Looks so good. Sorry, Professor X. Just a massive combo. And then a little bit of swagger. You know, Bahamut's got a little bit of swagger. He's got some confidence to him, like a good villain does, you know what I mean? And that SP3 closing it out just looks awesome. The radiation effects and the coloring in on it is so, so cool. Again, I love to see what our art team and our video team, I love the creative side of our game as much as I love the gameplay side of our game. So our team working on this character, this new content, all of the art for it is sprawling. There's a lot of people working on this, working very, very hard to bring you guys new content to play. And we couldn't have done it without every single one of them. So massive shout out to everybody there as well. All right, I guess we can pivot here. And we can dive in to talking about the rewards for Act 8.2. So we'll give the video team a moment to set that up. Everybody, again, one entry into the giveaway. Undemand 202 says this looks amazing, and I agree with you. Our team don't miss, and now you guys can say it. Our team don't miss. Aiden Noah says, looks sick. Great job, design team. I agree. All right, let's dive into the rewards here. If we're being honest, we're aware that this is the biggest hook that most people are excited for 8.2. All right, before we look forward to 8.2, let's look at Act 8.1 here so that you have an apt comparison. We saw a lot of the dialogue leading into today's stream about these rewards specifically, and a number of people saying, basically comparing them to the Abyss Awards. That's not the comparison that you should make. That content is a high difficulty directed at endgame players, which is great. Act 8.2 will be as well, but in a different space. It exists in a different space. So on the left side of the screen here, you have your Act 8.1, that's left, Act 8.1 completion. Let's take a look at Act 8.2 completion here as well. So you're going to see a lot of similarities. I kind of arranged these so that you could look straight across here. Same number of 6-star shards, same number of Sig stones. You're going to get a 6-star rank up gem 2 to 3. Not a crystal, but a gem. All right. Instead of the 22,500 tier 3 alpha catalyst frags, you're going to get one full T3 alpha cat. Instead of the 28,500, I'm going to stop using specific numbers after this, T6 basic catalyst fragments, we're going to get you a full T6 basic catalyst. You're still going to get 1.5 million gold. Million gold. But then sprinkled in on top of all of that, you're going to see one tier 5 class catalyst crystal and 1,000 7-star crystal shards. All right, we'll dive a little bit more into the value of those later when we talk about all things 7 stars. But this is, aside from duping your 6 stars, which I'm sure a lot of you have done to this point, you are going to be getting 1,000 7-star shards. And of course, you are also going to get 4 25% T6 class catalyst crystals. So if those happen to all align for you, boom, full T6 right there. And that's just completion. That's your first run through here. All right, for exploration rewards, let's dive back to Act 8.1 for comparison. Bahamut staring on menacingly, of course. We'd have it no other way. And then let's look real quick at Act 8.2 exploration rewards. So again, that rank up gem, 3 to 4, has shifted from a crystal to a gem. The awakening gem crystal has also shifted to an awakening gem. The 30,000 6-star hero crystal shards are now 2 full 6-star Nexus hero crystals. Pick threes. Pick threes. Give them the luxury of choice. We love it. And then you're going to get another 50 6-star Sig stones. Again, some shifts from the fragments of the tier 6 class cat all the way to 4 25% selectors. Again, align them all and lock it down. Another 3 million gold. Then you're going to see another 3,000 7-star shards. You're going to see 3 T6 basic cats. You're going to see 2 tier 5 class cat crystals and 3 T3 alpha catalysts. I often think of like, hey, what if someone stumbles into this stream and they've never played MCOC? They'd be so confused right now. All those words just sound like gibberish, except to us, because we know, you know? Awesome. So rewards are fire. That's what I like to see. Thank you. No rank 4 to 5. Nope, definitely not in these. Again, we saw that rewards leaked, and there was like 60,000 6-star shards in them. That was a bit ambitious. And also my favorite part is that the leak was just in a line chat or a text message. So those are your rewards. Looking at Act 8.2 exploration here. We hope that you're excited for it. Again, it's all about the journey, right? Not the destination. You got a whole adventure ahead of you starting next Wednesday, April 19th. I hope you're all jazzed up for it. I know we have one more slide on this slideshow. We have one more slide on this slideshow. It's a good one. It's really important that everyone sees this one. Wowee yippee. This is what happens when you let me make slideshows. All right. Wowee yippee. Welcome. Well, hold on. This is important for branding. All right. So that is everything that we have prepared for Act 8.2. Again, I genuinely mean it. I hope you all are excited for that. Nothing makes me more pumped than being a part of this community when everyone's jazzed up and looking forward to new content. All right. We're going to get a shirt that says Wowee Yippee. Thank you for echoing it in the chat. Again, if you are coming into this stream late, if you're watching on YouTube, hey, welcome. Great to have you here. If you're watching through a restream of any of our content creators, hello, hello, hello. If you want to be eligible for this giveaway to win the first ever 7-star for MCOC, please head to twitch.tv/kabam. Make sure to make an account there and type !giveaway, all one word, in the chat. Everyone gets one entry. If you are already entered, you don't need to do it anymore. We will be drawing the winner at the end of the stream. We will spin that crystal for you so everybody knows what beautiful 7-star your account will have access to. We will then reach out in DMs on Twitch to get your in-game information so that we can grant you that. Again, only trust messages from Kabam's official account, KABAM. All right, that should cover it. That should cover it. And hey, if you're here for the giveaway, and this is your first time in the live stream, I hope you guys come back. It's a lot of fun here. We play games sometimes, and they're all kinds of chaos. So I hope that you guys enjoy it. All right, let's take a quick transition here. And let's dive into something new. We have the Gwenpool Bubble Bobble Blowout. I didn't pick the name. They wouldn't let me change it. I said, I have to say it live in front of an audience of thousands. They said, good luck. No, this is for 7 stars. This is for later. Let's pop away from this slideshow. Come back to my big face. Great. All right, so some of you have seen the Deadpool bobbleheads in game so far. We've seen a number of questions about what are these for? We're going to tell you. They are for the Gwenpool Bubble Bobble Blowout. It will start on April 21st, 1 week today. It will run 1 week. It is the big spring sale. There's a lot of ways to participate if you have no interest in spending money. So what is free? What can the average summoner expect from this event? We have a free 4-star Gwenpool that will be going out to everybody. So those collectors of you out there chasing it, hey, expect it. We also have a number of profile pictures for 1 gold. So we got some cool things. Our team don't miss. They're going to be coming out with some great profile pictures. So look forward to that. Excuse me. So how many bobbleheads can you get just for playing? I don't want to spend anything. How many bobbleheads can you get just for playing? So you will get 65,700 bobbleheads, specific number, just from logging into the game and collecting from your in-game message, right? That's an arbitrary number, but let's do some more arbitrary numbers before I give you some context. All right, so 65,700 just from logging into the game. From completing solo objectives and competing in solo events for the week, you can achieve another 39,420. All right? So, again, more arbitrary numbers. Also worth noting that the solo events and objectives will be replaced by these specific ones, but don't worry, the rewards are more valuable anyways if you consider the bobbleheads and what you can spend them on. So all of that number is pretty arbitrary. Sorry. I was wrong. From all the solo events, you get 39,420 per day over 7 days. 275,940. Plus, if you're keeping track at home on the calculator, DNA, I know you're there doing math, 65,700 just for logging in. So what does that look like? So just from the solo events and solo objectives, again, you're going to have over 275,000. For a throne breaker, an example of a throne breaker deal, for 200,036 and change, 236,000 I should say, and change, you have access to 25% of a tier 6 basic cat, 25% of a tier 3 alpha cat, and 1 tier 5 class cat of your choice. All right, let's do that one more time because there's a lot of numbers. For 236,000 and change bobbleheads, you're going to get 25% of a tier 6 basic cat, 25% of a tier 3 alpha cat, and a tier 5 class cat of your choice. All right, so Gwenpool's Bubble Bobble Blowout, nailed it that time. Oh, I felt good. Gwenpool's Bubble Bobble Blowout, Gwenpool's you have to look forward to that starting, do I have the date here? April 21st, I already said it. 1 week today, all right? 7 days, in-game excitement, so get pumped up for that. Yeah, I hope you guys are jazzed for that. Cool, let's move on here. Let me give me some sippy. All right, let's welcome back to the show our first ever returning guest, here to talk about everything 7 stars. We have the one, the only, Aiden! Woo! Woo! Thanks, everybody. Great to see you here. Hey, you got the memo about the plaid, so that's good. Color-wise, we're matching great. Everybody,
we're on point right now.
We're nailing it. I don't want to toot our own horns too much, but look at this. So Aiden has joined us once before. Aiden, what did we bring you in to talk about? Specific champions?
That was the summoner's vote. Choice.
Oh yeah. So the summoner's choice selection.
Yeah.
We launched off confetti cannons in here.
It's still in here, by the way.
It's still all over the floor, but it actually didn't even clear the cameras. So like you can't really tell. You can see in the video of us going like, but like none of it clears the camera. So it's great. Aiden, welcome back to the show, dude. Great to have you here.
I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, we got some exciting stuff to dive into, but before we do, I just want to mention it, because we talked about it in rehearsal as well, that when we did our last segment with you here, you came in, and then we introed you came on screen, and someone in the Twitch chat said, oh, Kabam only hires models, and I love it. We took a screenshot of it.
Yeah, that's on my wall.
It's so good. So again, hey, you out there in the Twitch chat, we see you guys. It's important. We love reading your comments and seeing all of this stuff. I know there's a lot of giveaway stuff happening, but we love seeing you all here. Okay, so 7 stars.
Yes.
Woo, how you feeling?
I'm excited. It's been a lot of work internally getting it all done and dusted and set up. It's been a while coming for us. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
So is it almost a relief? Is it like the excitement building to finally seeing it in people's hands?
I mean, like it'll be a relief from like a launch perspective.
Yeah.
But this is it's a cool next chapter for us. It's us continuing to grow the contest.
I love
it is simultaneously a relief, but also like anticipation for the future.
Oh, heck yes. I love that attitude. I love that. Okay, what can you tell us? Let's start here. When can people get their hands on 7 stars?
May 8th.
May 8th.
Yep.
We looked it up. We might have stumbled in the rehearsal, but hey, May 8th, you will have access to your first opportunity to get 7 stars, all right? May 8th. That means whoever wins the raffle today will be getting it 3 days early on May 5th. So they will have a 7-star in game 3 days before anyone else.
Yep.
I've seen people be like, well, what if it's like an uncollected account? Okay.
Yeah, that's just how it goes sometimes.
Congratulations. You won.
Yep.
You won a thing. Woo! So I think that's fun. I also hope that it's me. Also, I can't enter the raffle because I'm running the raffle. Son of a gun. Oh well, that's fine. Cool. Let's look into the art. We talked about it earlier. Our team don't miss.
Our team don't miss.
Our team don't miss. But there are some changes coming.
Yes.
That I think people are going to be really jazzed for.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk a little bit about that. We've got some slideshow footage for y'all we can walk through here. If we could have the video team so kindly pull that up. But I know, let's get into it before we throw it on screen. We are making some adjustments to the crystals.
Yep.
To the fragments.
Yep.
To the profile picture.
Yep.
And the HP bars.
Yep.
So I'm excited. Again, I don't think that they were bad.
No, I liked the green. Some of the health bar stuff, I definitely kind of understood the feedback more, but
We'll talk a bit about it once we get it up on screen here, but we talked about it yesterday. We got a little bit of personal ties to it, a little nostalgia for me anyways, and for Mike I know as well. But man, our team always crushing it. So I'm excited to show everybody what's coming up here as well. So we'll dive into that, and then let's outline what we'll get into after that. So we've got the art coming up. We'll do this here in just a sec. I'm excited. Then we'll talk about the pool. We'll talk about something called a Paragon crystal. We'll talk about something called Stat Focus. We'll talk about something called a Titan crystal. All of these things mean very little to you right now with no context. But hey.
But soon.
Soon. That's called baiting the hook. That's called building anticipation. Okay, we've got the art on screen. Let's take a look here. This is Mark 1 of 7-star crystals and shards. We saw some pushback from the community on it. And for me, I'll explain my personal tie to it. To me, Mike and I had this conversation. In North America, it was a thing in the 90s. I can't speak for elsewhere in the world. But in North America in the 90s, it was a thing for kids' television to be gross out shows. So the States had Nickelodeon. We in Canada had something called YTV, right? And a lot of it was slime. And it was this color neon green everywhere.
Yeah.
And for me, this is nostalgia, because this also aligns with the time where I was really getting into comics and comic books and cartoons for the first time and seeing X-Men, the X-Men cartoon. So to me, this was so nostalgic. And I understand maybe not everybody shares that personal affinity.
I always liked these ones. I honestly didn't get the slime reference until you said it during rehearsal the other day. For me, this just always looked like emeraldy and green and gemstone-ish.
I think it looks cool, but hey, we listened. We heard. We heard that people were not pleased. I think we went back to the drawing board and we're like, hey, let's make this even more polished.
Yep.
Let's make this look powerful. And people really like the purple involved. So hey, here's Mark 2 of the 7-star crystals and shards. Some of this leaked in the last little while here, but this is the first official. Hey, if you're out there and you're leaking our stuff, maybe stop. I'd appreciate it.
That'd be great.
We want to build this hype to here and have 10,000 people and be like, whoa, look at this together. And we don't want them to be like, yeah, we've seen this on Twitter. you know? But hey, I like this. Walk me through. What's your feeling about the purple?
So I think these look sweet. I think your note about the purple is absolutely accurate.
Yeah.
The coolest part for me is that like interior glow on the full crystal, like the way it just comes through from the kind of interior to shard perspective.
From the
I think it looks
right?
sweet. Yeah.
It's like, it feels like it's unbridled power just being contained and just waiting to burst out. And I think that looks super cool.
Yep.
Super, super cool. Green better than purple, says Hollow Kisame. I love it. Shard 7-star for the class here. Pretty sweet from Muppet Maniac 2. I respect that name a lot as well. So awesome. I'm glad that we've got those out there. But that's not all. We also have the art team went back and shifted and adjusted our champ border and our HP bar as well. So this again is the OG.
This one I understood more of the feedback on.
I agree.
I liked the purple, I liked the green.
Yeah.
But especially when it's on kind of device and smaller, it looked a little bit like organic-y or like kind of a growth of a fungus or lichen or something.
Yeah.
So I get the feedback in this case that wasn't quite doing it.
Yeah. So I think one community member, and honestly it was probably a lot, but one comment that I saw that I was like, I get it now, like it kind of unlocked the understanding for me, is they said it looked like an eye growing out of a potato.
Oh God, yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay,
Oh.
I see that. I know that's not the intention. That's also not my first instinct, but I can see why that might pull people in and think that way. But that's okay, because our team don't miss, and they came back and said, hey, let's do this. Boom, the new hotness.
It looks sweet. I'm so happy with this.
Good?
Yeah.
Oh man, it looks so cool. I think it still has that core element that you were mentioning about the crystal itself.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's got that power emanating out from underneath it, right?
My favorite kind of thematic about this is that for the 5-star border and the 6-star border, they're like quite like clean cut. Like they're kind of polished up borders.
Yeah.
In this case, it is more of that kind of power crystal growth, a little bit more. It's not organic because it's a crystal, but it's not as like clean cut and polished. And I like the visual differentiation there a lot.
I think it's great. I think it looks really cool. And we also had some good feedback here. That looks great from Alex KCH87. We got one. Looks awesome. Skills XXZ. That's so much better. Bean Raider 5. That's a W. Someone literally just wrote W. Furry Boy says border looks sick. So I'm glad that you guys, at least some of you, seem to like it.
Yep.
Like you said, we got one, and that's the one we do it for, you know? It doesn't matter if everyone likes it. There's too many people, we can't please everyone. No. I'm gonna focus on the ones that love it, you know? Okay, and then I think there was another really important slide after this one, ooh la la.
I forget what's next, honestly. I don't.
That was it, because they let me make the slides. So the last one said wowie yippee to end it.
Oh,
this one says ooh la la.
It's a lot better.
This is what happens. I think it's great. I think it's great. Okay, we can take away the slideshow. No, leave the slideshow because we added to it. So we get to go into the 7-star pool.
Cool, let's go.
For the first time ever. Hey chat, which one do you want to see first? Is it tech? It better be.
Because that's what's on screen.
All right, let's take a look here. Rocket Raccoon, War Machine, Mysterio, Guillotine 2099, Iron Man Infinity War, Shuri.
Yeah.
Boom! It's all right here. Walk us through. Firstly, let me ask you, who is your MVP from this pool? And then walk us a little bit through the design, like the philosophy in crafting the 7-star pool.
So I'll do the second one first, because I think it's a really important thing to touch on.
Yeah.
So when we launched 6 stars, the launch roster was not very well received.
Yeah.
There are a lot of champions that they didn't measure up. A lot of them have actually since been reworked, which is again kind of another sign. Reworked or tuned up, which is again another sign that like they may have been in a less than great spot.
Yeah.
And so when crafting the 7-star base pool, we didn't want that. Obviously, like different champions are going to have different value to different people, but we wanted to craft the pool with intentionality. And so we made sure to put in champions who filled lots of boxes, either from like a utility perspective, they could have good prestige. Obviously, you want like solid champions to play as. That's very, very important to the game. But then also we have a couple defending champions or defender champions in each pool who, in addition to being fun to play, can be a bit of a headache in something like AW or Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
So we have an overall ethos for crafting the 7-star pool where we want to be very careful and intentional about when we add champions to the pool to make sure that when you open a 7-star crystal, it always feels like you're getting something that is of value to you.
Yeah. You said it to me yesterday as well, and I think it's a really great way to say it, is we don't want people to feel disappointment opening their 7-star cards. Now, obviously that's subjective, and different people have different needs and favorites and those types of things, but we want there to be a distilled sense of excitement.
Yes.
You're opening a 7-star, there shouldn't be things for you to pull to upset you.
Yeah, pretty much.
We want you to be excited.
Yeah.
Who's your, if you could perfectly craft your own roster, who would you pick from this squad?
From this particular pool,
yeah.
Mysterio's got a bit of a place in my heart there.
Yeah.
Just from like the champions that I've played over time. I didn't make any of these, to clarify. These
okay, so you don't have any personal attachment to these.
No, but there's lots of like just cool stuff in this pool. Rocket obviously got a really great rework a few months ago now. Prestige got way bumped up, just utility and damage got way bumped up, so he's really sweet in here. Guillotine 2099, Shuri more so targeting that long form content, or we call it Everest content sometimes internally, so that'll be great for them. Iron Man Infinity War is taking that Defender box I mentioned. He's going to be a pain, I'm sorry. And then you've got cool other utility options in War Machine and Mysterio. War Machine is able to donate abilities, pre-fight abilities to other tech champions, and Mysterio has, in addition to just like some cool funky utility, he's got a really great heal block on his light attacks.
Cool.
So,
yeah. I'm really glad that we brought you on, because here's my contribution to this conversation. I have Guillotine 2099 in my roster, and she's cool. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad that you could speak in detail in like meaneful ways about each of these champions, right? It's got a baby account, all right? I'm still working through it. I'm working hard, but I'm loving it. Okay, let's, before we move into the next class here, let's remind everybody that you get one entry into the giveaway. I'm happy to have everyone here. You have to be twitch.tv/kabam, make an account, ! Giveaway, you won. You get one, all right? So I still see all the giveaways blowing up here. That's fantastic. Just make sure you're only doing it once, okay?
Yep.
All right, from you, chat, beautiful summoners, what class do you want to see next? It's a slideshow.
I was going to say, I don't think we can change the order. No,
I made the slideshow. But they can, somebody in here's requesting what they want.
Okay.
And somebody's going to get it. Did you say skill? All right, let's look at skill. Skill I'm pumped for. Korg, Killmonger, Elsa Bloodstone, Mantis, Hawkeye, and Falcon.
Yeah.
Woo!
This pool is sweet. I like
this is a good pool.
I like all the pools, to clarify, but there's a lot of like spicy options in here.
Yeah.
The biggest standout to me here is definitely Elsa.
Yes.
She's got that super cool, we call it a hit evade internally, where you trigger the evade mechanic, but as part of doing so, she throws out that shot that counts as a hit, and so it stuns the opponent, and you can follow up in a combo. So she has lots of really cool gameplay opportunities, especially in matchups where your parry isn't working for some reason, you can't stun the opponent. She's still able to get openings in ways that few other champions can. And actually, Killmonger is in kind of a similar spot because of the indestructible or the unstoppable charges that he gets when he blocks. So there's really, really cool options there. Korg is the defender option.
He's such a nightmare. I still haven't figured it out.
Like a marquee defender for years and years and years and years. Oh god, we don't want to. Mantis, super cool. She is getting a damage tune-up. Her damage tune-up is in the beta this month or next month. Time is a weird construct.
Yeah, it's all made up.
3 different months at a time. But yeah, in addition to her super cool like tranquilizing utility that she debuted with, she's getting tuned up, so she's awesome. Hawkeye, similarly, when we released Kate Bishop a month or 2 ago, he got some slight tweaks to his perfect release mechanic to make that easier to use. Falcon got his tune-up a year-ish and change ago. Awesome utility with the lock on there. So this whole, I love the skill pool here. It's really awesome.
I think it's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's my favorite, but I think it's up there for sure. Elsa Bloodstone is one of my MVPs in my roster. Elsa Bloodstone was my first ever 5-star.
Oh yeah.
and my second ever 5-star. I was like, cool, I'm
there
going to
you
build
go.
out my 5-star roster. No, I just duped her. So at the time, I was sad, but man, still on my roster now, even though
absolutely.
it's largely overtaken by 6 stars. To me, it's the utility in the Incinerate and Cold Snap.
Oh yeah.
Evade champs, I'm going to take you in at a class disadvantage if I can shut down the immune. The evades. Unreal. I love this one. I think it's great. Chat summoners, what do you want to see next? Which class?
Again, it doesn't matter. Well, it matters. We care about your opinion.
Did you say Cosmic?
Because here we go.
Venom the Duck, Silver Surfer, Gamora, Gore, and Terrax. There's some terrifying ones in there. Gore for me stands out. Gore, you talk more about Gore in a second.
Sure, yeah.
But like Gore's on my roster, awful to play against on defense, and that's why I love him. Now you say
That's my fault. I made Gore.
there we go.
I think he's also really fun to play as, for the record.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Gore and Terrax are taking that defender box, and Gore's got some really like super cool, just the way that he inflicts dots and the whole buff mechanic for him. I think was really cool.
Yeah.
Other highlights here. Venom has a special place in my heart. He was like the first 4-star I got and carried me through a bunch of. Oh yeah, this is like quite early.
I think that's so cool that everyone has their own summoner's journey.
Yeah, but
right?
like I've always just really liked. He's got a very clean loop of kind of building up and managing those symbiote buffs, converting them into Fury, then SP2 cash out. So super clear-cut choice there. Gamora is interesting and mildly terrifying to me, actually. We've been doing a lot of internal play tests with her, and her damage is kind of nutty, especially in like longer form content. So it's very cool and mildly terrifying to see how she's going to do that with 7-star base stats.
Yeah.
And what else we got here? Venom the Duck's interesting. In addition to being very funny to play against.
It is fun.
He's sort of like a kind of on a short list for when we want to take perhaps the numbers past that.
Oh.
We don't have like a confirmed date for that at all, but it's like we have a short list of like, oh yeah, it would be nice to tune up that champion. So he's on there. And then Surfer, in addition to super cool utility, I've always liked his loop. He's definitely on the prestige chase end of things.
Yeah. I think this is a solid group. Some big ones up there, literally just from side. A couple of things from that chat's pointed out. No Herc.
No Herc.
There was never going to be a Herc.
No, we're not going to put
You knew
Herc
that in your hearts.
Yeah.
You knew it down deep in your souls that there wasn't going to be a Herc. Come on. I'm sorry. But on the other side of it, I've seen people being like, Groot? No Groot either. No Groot. So, hey, we'll call it a wash.
Yeah.
Even. All right, let's move on here. We've got Science.
Yep.
Ooh.
Beef.
Beefy. Oh, we got Hulk, Overseer, Joe Fixit, Spider-Gwen, Titania, and Spider-Man here. Like pound for pound, literally just size, this is the biggest class by a long shot. We got 3 Hulks in there.
Yep. And then Titania doesn't mess around either.
Titania don't mess around.
Nope.
I love Titania's vibe. I know she's one of our newer champions, and maybe there's an attachment there for me because she came out a little after I started working here.
Right.
But like a wrestler, come on, she looks so cool.
Yes, absolutely.
She looks so cool. All right, well, give us your initial your thoughts here.
So, let's start. Hulk and Spider-Man, we'll kick it off with them. They both got reworks very, very recently. Hulk last month, Spider-Man this month or next month. Like I said, time is weird. But they got big glow-ups. Hulk especially, really, really, really solid damage. He kept his FP1 stun lock loop, so I'm super excited to see him in this. And like he's such a classic Marvel champion. Like we really had to make sure that we included a bunch of those those key characters. So that's him. Spider-Man similarly. I really, really like his buff. I know there's been like some talk in the community about it, but I think it landed really strong. So super excited to see him here.
I think it's important when we talk about buffs that when we're buffing champs, we're improving them.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're not making them the best champion in the game.
No.
Every time we buff a champion, if it becomes the best champion in the game, it's just absolute chaos and it breaks everything. So you guys always have specific design intent.
Yeah.
Where do we want them to thrive? What's our intention? You said it earlier, our very specific intentionality. And I was like, okay, all right, that sounds great.
I could probably fill a whole stream about like our design goals for champions.
Yeah.
We won't do it right now. I know we have stuff we have to get to, but yeah.
We have important things.
So we'll keep talking about it. Overseer, definitely, he's ticking that defender box. He got that super cool like the young maestro mechanic or thematic as far as, you got the Silver Surfer board that he uses. It's super sweet. Spider-Gwen, also kind of a champion who holds a special place in my heart because, again, when I started playing, I thought it was super cool, and that was back when she had an SP1 that didn't do anything. It was just a backflip that didn't do damage. And I thought that was neat, and then I got here and started working, and my coworkers were all like, you made a bad choice, people don't like her, you're wrong. So she's obviously since been improved. I really like her loop. And we already touched on Titania.
Unreal, so cool.
She has a, I don't really necessarily even want to call it niche, but her whole Haymaker, unstoppable, unblockable, kind of dash back, intercept, really pummel the opponent vibe is a super, super cool bit of gameplay that we don't see on a ton of champions, and so I'm super excited to see her in the pool.
Yeah, I think it's a solid pick. That one makes me happy.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a number of questions in chat, more about the giveaway than about the pool, but
that makes sense.
If you do not see a message saying that you got a ticket, you got a ticket. I'm looking at the numbers right now. There are 7,300 entries into this draw. I guarantee you that there's not been 7,300 messages come through about getting a ticket. If you hit exclamation point giveaway, you got it.
Yeah.
You're there. Yeah. Okay. Let's move along.
Yep. Let's do it.
Let's move along here. Mutant, my favorite class. My favorite class outright here. We've got Sauron, Bishop, Domino, Gambit, Storm Pyramid X, and Sunspot. Whew! Can we just start at Domino? I just feel like we got to get that.
Oh, do we have to?
Oh, come on, you guys. 7-star Domino? That's crazy. That's the highlight for me. If we're going perfect, that's me. That's me. That's the one. Boom.
To her credit, she is carrying me through a lot of content right now. She's my highest ranked up 6-star. But my goodness, that girl can uncover bugs like nobody's business. It's like she's been out for years now. And even still, like every other month, someone will say, oh, that is broken with Domino. We're like, oh, again, okay.
Is it?
So
No.
I'm very excited to see her in the 7-star pool. And like the 7 stars use the same code as the 6s. She's not going to make more bugs because she's a 7-star.
Yeah.
But when I saw her on the list, I was like, ah, yes. My nemesis. But she's super exciting. She's obviously got like great damage, really cool loop. Maybe one day she will get her classic trinity with Masakure and Red Hulk as a 7-star set. That would be super cool, right? Not currently possible, but we're keeping an eye on that, obviously. Other cool options here. Bishop's been in a lot of people's minds recently since his update. The infamous Iron Man release was even quite specifically targeted at him specifically because we know that people are struggling to fight him. He does a bunch of damage and he just kills you a lot.
Yeah. A peek behind the curtain, when we made the Inside the Contest video talking about infamous Iron Man for the first time, I got the doc from the champ designer, and it literally said, hey, we built this to counter Bishop.
Yeah.
And I went, I don't think we say that outright, right? There's other reasons.
There's other reasons. That was definitely one of them, though.
That was definitely a motivating factor.
Other stuff in the pool. Sunspot is so sweet. I have he's got one of my favorite animation sets in the game, actually. The whole like capoeira combat thing. I think the animation team just absolutely crushed. He's got
Our team don't miss.
Our team don't miss. He's got the classic Kirby crackle. I think he's super sweet. Again, also a prestige chase. Storm Pyramid X, the whole like Tempest, weather, cycling, glancing stuff is just really awesome. Yeah, this pool is fantastic.
This is solid. Yeah, Mutants for me, a soft spot. Definitely the cartoons as a kid. Even the movies as a teenager, but then you go back and you're like, oh, but movies though? They don't. Your nostalgia is coloring your viewpoint of those. But then, hey, then they get even better with the more recent, not all of them, with some of the more recent ones. So Mutants to me, this is my favorite. And again, I'm dual class, because I'm still 5 stars. Dual class, Mutants, skill, boom, give them both to me. So I like both of those pools, I'm pleased. Cool, how many we got? One more?
I think just one more.
Okay, let's take a look at the last one here. We got Mystic, Dragon Man, Mangog, Wiccan, Wongers. I wrote it. This is what happens when you let me make slides. Wongers, America Chavez, and Sasquatch Canadian Icon.
Yep.
This is solid too.
This is great. You've got like long form content for in the form of Wongers.
Yeah, Wongers.
Yeah. Dragon Man, Mangog, Sasquatch, your big beefy defenders. Sasquatch especially has just a bananas amount of health, and so when you apply that onto a 7-star, I've seen the numbers for how high his health is going to get as he gets into the later ranks of 7s. It's ridiculous. And then Wiccan's got like an amazing utility suite as far as the stuff that he can do. Super strong, neutralize, lots of really cool mechanics in there. America Chavez also, she's a really cool design case for me with just the way that she like punishes and capitalizes on buffs and heavy canceling into her special attack. I think it's super cool. Yeah, this is a sweet pool.
This is a sweet pool. My favorite was, so we released yesterday a silhouette of all of these images, right? And people were like theory crafting, and some of them were pretty obvious. Like, who's that winged character in the back of the Mystic class?
Who knows? Mystic with
some
wings.
of those were pretty easy. But some of them were a little more difficult. I like that people were like, science class, the blob, because it's like you can't see any cracks in it because of all the beef. But my favorite was that yesterday somebody posted their theories about the Mystic class, and someone said Wiccan, and someone went, no way, he's too strong, they would never. And I was like, is he good? I need him on my roster now.
He is very good.
So I learn from our community more than I think they're aware of.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited for these. For you personally, which one of these class pools stands out number one? Because for me, it's Mutant. It's just so easy.
I think for me, the single pool that stands out the most is Skill.
Okay.
Yeah, which is interesting because it's interesting. Of those skill champions, I don't have any of them ranked up on my main account. They're just not what I opened.
Yeah.
But from an overall like design perspective, I think that's the one that stands out the most to me.
I like that. Summoners, what's your favorite class for these starter 7-star pools here? I'm seeing a number of people get excited for a number of their favorite champs on here, which is great. Mystic and Mutant are stacked, says Preston Ader. Mystic from Jerokal. Bishop, just the one. Just Pilot Jack. You're not wrong.
Pool just for Bishop.
You're not wrong. Got to be Mutant or just Gore, says Joe Owens, 91. Some solid ones here. I'm seeing a little bit of everyone, which is great.
Awesome. And that means we're doing at least a solid job.
Yeah, and I think like the end MCOC says Tech, MCOC 10KY says Mutant. Like there's a little bit of everyone, and I think that we've kind of touched on that. I love that this game has its own journey for each individual person playing it. They encounter their own kind of approach to the game, and their roster shifts out the way. Completely different from anyone else, but then at the same time, people also have their favorites, and that's what's awesome about Marvel is that it's such a vast library of characters in our game Champions. We have almost 250 champions. It's crazy. So it's so cool to see people be like, I have like a niche favorite Marvel champion. I'm like, cool, yeah, it's in our game. You should check it out. So I absolutely love that. So those are our starting base pool.
That's the launch pool.
That's the launch pool. And we talked about it before, that we saw how the reception to 6-star pools, and we learned from it. And I think after showing these base pools for the launch, that we really did take a different approach, and we really did, I think, craft something awesome. And when I say we, I mean like you. Not me. I didn't do
You're
it.
a contributor.
I stand there and I go, yes.
We appreciate your presence.
I'm a presence guy. Always be the bench guy, all right? Be the dressing room guy. That's a sports reference. That's fine. Okay, let's move on here. We got that pool out of the way. We do still have the giveaway planned for the end of the stream here. Exclamation point giveaway. You get one entry. You have an opportunity to win the first ever 7-star 3 days before anyone else has it. Okay.
It could be Wongers.
It could be Wongers, you guys. How crazy would that be? I get to spin the crystal. Isn't that exciting? Oh, it's going to be fun. Okay, let's talk about the Paragon crystal.
Okay, yeah.
To me, I've followed a lot of discourse and conversation around people being like, I made Paragon, like what's the benefit? Well, here's one. Here's a new one for you. We got a Paragon crystal. So walk us through the details. It's pretty short, it's pretty sweet, but what do they need to know about the Paragon crystal?
I mean, the Paragon crystal is kind of the next in the line, like after the Cav crystal, basically. Once you have the Paragon title in game, you get access to the crystal, and that'll sort of just help. It's the next step up, help your account progression.
Another important thing worth mentioning is there's no 3 stars in the crystal.
Oh yes, absolutely.
4 stars
crystal does
to
not have
7.
any 3 stars. 4 is the lowest rarity of champion you can open in the Paragon. So worst case scenario, you're getting a bunch of ISO.
Yeah. So I think that's a win ultimately. I think that's cool. I hope that's something that people are looking forward to. All right, let's talk about acquisition. I know this is a bit of a hot topic, so let's just pull the Band-Aid off this real quick. The cost of your shiny new 7 stars will be 15k shards.
Yes.
All right. We understand that that's an increase, but pause. Take a second and listen what we have to say to you. Okay. The only place that that's going to affect the acquisition differently than 6 stars is duping your 6 stars.
Yes.
Everywhere else is scaling percentage based.
Yes.
So say there was a reward that gave you 5,000 6-star shards. It would now, if it was 7 stars, give you 7,500.
Seriously, you made the math.
I did a bad math, right? So the rewards that are giving you these shards are scaling to make sure
by 50%.
that it's not a drastic difference.
Yes.
And yeah, the availability is going to be there, increase over time and all those types of things. So I know that the number is higher than some people want, most people want. I think everyone just, like if we were like, oh, it's cost 4 shards, they'd be like, great. So in that sense, it's higher than what everybody wants. But at the same time, we saw some people predicting a lot higher than that as well. So bear with us because it's not going to be that bad. I know the number seems jarring, but the acquisition is going to be there, so it's not going to be as bad as you think. All right.
And there's an additional caveat on top of that is important to mention. We know that probably a bunch of summoners out there were expecting the 7-star crystal to cost 10,000 shards.
Yeah.
And so the first 2 7-star crystals that you purchase will cost 10,000 shards.
Boom! So there will be a
specific.
specific.
That's just the case forever, as
For
far as I
everyone.
know. The
For
first
everyone.
2 crystals, 10k each. And
If you're nowhere near it, if you start an account right now and then you get to the end and you're like, oh, I can get a 7-star, your first 2 will cost 10,000.
Yeah.
You will have an item in store. You can go in there. They will expire after you purchase it twice. But you have your first 2 champs at 10k, and then again, by 15k, everything's going to scale. It's not going to be as daunting as it seems. It's just a number. I get the instinct to be like, that number is bigger.
Yeah. If something would have given you 10,000 6-star shards,
yeah, better math.
It will now give you 15,000 7-star shards.
Right? So the intention is there. If we were going to give you a full 6-star, you're still going to get a full 7. So if we gave you 10,000 6-star shards, you're not getting 10,000 7-star shards and not able to get one. You're getting the 15.
Precisely.
All right. I know we're hammering this home, but this is complex math. So we're here. I'm excited for it still.
Yep.
There's just complex math written down on my screen here. I don't know why.
50%.
It's hard. Math's hard. So basically the one note that I had written is that 6-star shard availability is so plentiful that we don't want to reduce the 7-star shard availability. So you're still getting your dupes, which are fairly easy because of the sheer quantity of 6-star shards in our game each month.
There's just a ton of 6-star shards out there.
So again,
or 7-star,
yeah. So you just think that, like, that seems intimidating because it's an increase, but at the same time, you have so many 6-star shards that you're going to be getting 7-star shards quickly anyways. Which I'm excited for. I'm stoked. Okay, now all of that's out of the way. Let's talk about, hey, what's the new mechanic, right? 6 stars got adrenaline.
Yep.
5 stars got a mini game.
Yep.
Is there a name for it?
We call it the SP3 minigame.
The SP3 mini game. You heard it here first. So what does 7 stars?
They get something called Stat Focus.
Stat Focus?
Yeah. You name dropped it earlier. This is us circling back.
Oh, right. Remember when we baited the hook?
Yeah.
This is it. This is that moment.
So, I can't remember, what are we?
We got a video.
Let's do the video first?
Should we just roll the video?
Yeah, let's roll the video.
Roll the tape.
If it's ready.
Hello, Summoners. Welcome to your newest gameplay feature, exclusive to 7-star champions, Stat Focus. Stat Focus is a way for you to customize your 7-star champions by providing bonuses to specific stats to accommodate your situational needs. Customize your 7 stars to complement your playstyle or to compensate for that champ's weaknesses. Stat Focus will be available in all game modes. On both offense and defense, you can pick one stat bonus from the following list: armor rating, armor penetration, block proficiency, block penetration, critical rating, critical damage rating, physical resist, energy resist, adrenaline, or special damage. Bonuses for each specific stat are uniform for all champs of the same rank and will increase as your 7 stars rank up. To access the Stat Focus page, simply select your shiny new 7-star champion and use the new icons on the left side of the screen under Basic Stat Information. Then, tap your desired bonus and select Set Stat. Using Stat Focus, 7-star champions will have 1 active stat bonus as an attacker and 1 as a defender. You can navigate to attacker or defender Stat Focus using the 2 tabs at the top of the screen. You can also adjust your Stat Focus choices directly from the Team Select page. Entering the pre-fight screen, you will see stat boost information under a 7-star champion's attack stat. For more detailed information, simply tap the information icon. Once you enter a quest, your stat focus choices will be locked in for the entirety of that quest, and the icons will be removed from the team page. Stat focus cannot be changed until the champion is released from the quest. In Battlegrounds, you will see icons representing stat focus bonuses. During the ban phase and pick phase, you will see attacker and defender icons as, at this point, the selected champion could be placed as either. During the attacker/defender assignment phase, only the relevant icon will be visible and displayed on locked-in champions for both you and your opponent. These icons will be visible on the pre-fight matchup page as well. And that's all you need to know about Stat Focus, coming exclusively to 7 stars in May. All right, so that's the first ever look at Stat Focus. While that was rolling, we were reading your chat. What do you guys think? Let us know. I saw a lot of positive feedback, which is great. I didn't clue in. I said to Aiden while we were off camera, I was like, oh, I forgot this is the first time people are seeing this.
Actually,
and I was like, this is actually important that people see this information. Some people think it's very, very cool. I've seen one comment that said underwhelming. But let me say this to you. And I say it also to you, but also to you.
Okay.
If we created a portion of any rarities kit that was just a complete game changer, we'd break things.
Yes.
It would ruin the game.
Yeah.
So you guys have very specific intent.
Hey, look at that.
Look at that. Intentionality. So walk us through that a little bit when you were designing this.
So this whole feature and process was it was quite a lot for us. We put a lot of thought into this because it's a very, very big deal. We don't add rarities very often, and we don't add mechanics like this very often. So it came about in a couple ways. One of the initial points made, and one of the guiding principles, was that we know that the fight complexity in our game is very, very high right now. There are some fights that are just really, really complex, require players to really kind of be on their game, and just thinking about a lot of stuff going on in the fight all the time. And we had a bunch of mechanics we tried out and play tested, and overall, it increased the mental load too much.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of step one for us. It was what's something cool we can add that actually doesn't increase the complexity in the actual fight itself.
Yeah.
So that was kind of one thing. The other thing you already mentioned is, the power budget element of it. Adrenaline and the SP3 minigame are cool, but they don't wildly swing the power level of the rarity out of this world, basically. Mm-hmm. So we knew that we had to have a similar thing here, where it still feels like it's something that you're engaging with. It's something that's, there's some theory crafting there's some choice. You know that you're increasing the power of your champions. You know that there is something that the 7 stars are getting out of the box that no other rarity has, while also not feeling like it's a crazy important obligation. Like, if you don't have this, then don't even show up. It's not worth it. And then, there are other just kind of gameplay design, guiding principles, interesting choices, making sure the tuning is in the right spot, that kind of thing. To talk about the tuning objective for Stat Focus, we really wanted champions to kind of feel like they get bumped up by a notch in the overall roster, but not, again, getting to that stratospheric level. And so, if you take a champion who's on the average or slightly above average level for their crit rating, and then you choose the crit rating option for Stat Focus, they'll move into that like above average or like kind of more significantly above average kind of tier. It shouldn't cause anyone to, like I said, absolutely blow up, but it's definitely going to be a really nice option for a lot of people.
I think it's super cool, and to me what I think appeals most is that it's a form of customization, right? So if I get that 7-star domino, and you get the same one, we have slightly different dominoes, and like it feels personalized to me. You know what I mean? And like we said in the video, you can be like, okay, well I play very aggressively, so I'm going to adjust my stat focus accordingly. Or you're like, you know what? Going into this fight, domino might not, or into this to this quest, domino might not work the way I want it to. So let's compensate for an area of weakness. I think it's very cool customization. I really, really like it. I'm glad to see some positive reception to it as well.
So there's a couple interesting, I don't want to call them niche choices, but once you kind of really start to dig into the system, there's a bunch of cool possibilities that open up. So obviously the obvious one is take a champion that does lots of crits, increase their crit chance or their crit damage, and you will do more damage. That's like the easy one. Whatever. If we eventually release Hitmonkey as a 7-star, throw a crit damage on him and you'll be super happy. So that's kind of the obvious one. That's pretty easy. The next case that kind of shows up is actually, you mentioned, shoring up weaknesses. Because of a little bit of how our stats system works, the lower a champion's stat is, like say armor, when we give them a chunk of armor rating, they actually get a better return out of it than a champion who already has a lot of armor. And so while yes, you can definitely push the power budget for a champion that's stats are already quite high, this feature is also great for shoring up those weaknesses and getting those nice big returns. And there's a couple other niche ones as well. You saw in the video, adrenaline is listed there. This is our first time kind of actually interacting with the adrenaline mechanic. You'll get more adrenaline than you would on your 7-stars than your 6-stars if you choose stat focus. That's great for if you find yourself taking a couple extra hits. You can obviously get that back with the mechanic. And there's other sort of niche things. If you choose block proficiency, for instance, we have what's called like the notion of a perfect parry, where if your block proficiency is high enough, when you parry, it gets multiplied to the point possibly where you don't take any damage on the block. But there are some champions who just don't have quite enough block proficiency to pull that off, and stat focus can get them closer to that point. And so it really just comes down to obviously knowing your play style, but then how do you want to play your champions? What weaknesses do you want to shore up? What strengths do you want to push on?
All
that
I think it's solid. I think that's really, really cool. And there's each champion can have each 7-star champion can have a different attack and defense. And those are slightly different in tuning.
We adjusted the tuning because the reality is that a champion on attack and a champion on defense, they have very different lives. Defenders get punched a lot. They get hit all the time. And so, if you choose armor, for instance, for them, they will get more armor than if you choose the armor option for stat focus for attack, because that's giving them more defensive stats as a defender. Similarly, we increase the block pen stat for the defender one as well, because we want to give you the option of making your defender more threatening by increasing your block penetration, which happens more. Defenders hitting into blocks occurs more frequently than attackers hitting into blocks, because it's kind of an unsafe action. So
I think that's all very, very cool. Okay, we got 2 more things to cover.
Oh, there's one more thing I should mention about the attack and defender thing.
We got 2.5 things more to cover.
The defender stat focus specifically shows up in modes that we would kind of consider PvP. So you're not going to see defender stat focus on every single 7-star in the whole game, but in modes where you're fighting against another player's champion, like in Alliance Wars or in Battlegrounds, that's where you'll see the defender stat focus.
So if I'm going into like a story mission, I'm not going to come up against it against like an NPC. Got it. That is important to mention. I'm glad that we went back for that. Okay, 2 more things on the docket, then we get into the giveaway. So again, if you're here for the first time, thank you so very much. If you're watching on YouTube, hey guys, for you to be eligible for this draw, you need to be at twitch.tv/kabam. You need a quick account, takes no time at all. ! Giveaway in the chat. It will not work on YouTube. You will not be entered, and we're sorry for that. But hey, we are building a platform here on Twitch. We're trying to encourage everybody to come and join us. We want to do more of these streams. We're doing about 1 a month right now. We'd like to do 2 a month, maybe even more than that. So come out, hang out, show some love and support, and we'll keep building this thing. And I'm glad the way that it's been going so far. Okay, 2 more things before the big moment here. Titan crystal.
Yeah.
Walk us through it.
So for 7 stars, we are changing the distribution method a little bit. The current featured crystal system that we have for 6 stars is not going to be the case for 7 stars. Instead, we are replacing the featured crystal with the Titan crystal, which is going to have a bunch of different things about it. So let me think about where to begin. First of all, Titan crystals will use Titan shards, which are distinctly different and collected in different ways than your regular 7-star shards. You'll get Titan shards from duplicating 7-star champions, and then they'll also be available in other rewards and offers and that kind of thing. So that's thing one, is it's an entirely separate crystal with a separate collection method and a separate set of shards. The next important thing is that there are no champions that will be shared between the 2 pools.
Wait. Are you saying there's no overlap?
There's no overlap. So, if there is a particular 7-star champion that you want, how dare you? If there's a particular 7-star champion that you want, there'll be a dedicated place to go and get it. It'll either be the base pool or the Titan pool, but not both.
So you can target your champ acquisition much more specifically in 7-star. Love it.
Yep. And then the next big thing is that this is similar to the featured crystal system, where the Titan crystal is going to be the main way in which new champions are added to the 7-star pool. And so we're still finalizing some of the details and cadence, but the way it will generally work is that new champions who are getting released for the first time as 7 stars will most of the time go into the Titan crystal. So that's new champions that we release in a given month and anyone else that we're bringing up to 7.
Yeah.
They'll go into the Titan crystal for a while, they will live there exclusively for a while, and then they will move out of that into the base pool. There'll be a very clear rollover moment, and then obviously when that happens, new champions will enter the Titan crystal. And so it'll kind of stay at a fixed quantity over time. Champions will rotate into it and rotate out of it into the base pool. We may occasionally add champions to the 7-star base pool directly. They'll skip the Titan crystal, but that'll be for existing champions on like a case-by-case basis.
Sure. I think it's also important to mention that nothing's changing about the 6-star crystal.
Yep, that's
the
staying
feature
absolutely
crystal.
as is.
That's staying as is. This is new and exclusive for 7-star. And again, this is an effort to make people's transition to 7 stars more enjoyable. We want people to be excited about this thing. So we're trying to make it so that there's, removing pain points or providing easier access to what we anticipate they're already going to want, right? So this is not going to launch at the same time.
No.
This is going to come later in the year.
Yes.
We want to allow the launch pool to have its moment of glory, right? But this is something that we're considering for later down the line.
Like I said, we're still finalizing some of the details even, so it's not even ready yet for May. So.
Yeah, the main reason there's a couple more details that we can't provide you, like the next pool and the release cadence, is because we're still trying to finalize those specific details. So that's the main way there. Anything else about Titan crystals and shards?
I think those are the main things that we wanted to talk about. Hopefully I didn't forget anything.
There will be more information coming out about most of these things. We've got a blog post, we've got forum notes. Come check out those sources of information. You also can always find us, on our socials, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, where we share some of these details as well. And just, another fun way for you guys to engage with the game that I hope you love. You guys have been here shouting giveaway at me the whole time. You must like it at least a little bit. Okay, one final detail before we dive into our giveaway here. There's a launch event.
Yes.
There's a launch event coming along to celebrate 7 stars joining our game. What do people need to know?
So there's going to be a bunch of things in this event. Let me see if I can hopefully remember them all. I guess first and foremost, I mentioned the Paragon Crystal earlier. It'll be very helpful if you push to Paragon before 7 stars come out, because getting access to this crystal is going to be really important for you don't have to open Paragons to participate in the event, but they will really get you nice bang for your buck as far as the event rewards are concerned.
Is that another benefit for Paragon players?
Yes, you should push for Paragon. You're on camera, but I gave a thumbs up.
All right.
And then we have a quest that we're launching that is also, again, not exclusive to 7 stars, but kind of celebrate 7 stars. You'll be able to go in with them if you have them. Again, more rewards, really just highlighting their existence in the game. This is a big deal. We don't do this very often.
This is a big deal.
Yeah.
I asked, like, when did 6 stars launch? And Mike said, feels like a lifetime ago.
I want to say, oh God, I hope I don't get this
See?
wrong.
Nobody knows. It's impossible to know for sure.
2014?
Wow. Really?
No,
No, that's when the
that's
game
when
launched.
See,
What's
this is
happening
what I
here?
mean.
See, nobody knows for sure, you guys. So this is a big deal. This is the first time we've kind of pushed into some new territory, and especially my first time pushing into this new territory. So I'm jazzed. I hope that other people are too. What do you guys think? Are you excited for 7 stars? Who is your chase 7-star? Who from the base pool do you want to see? Let us know in the chat here, gang. All right, this giveaway is, it's ramping up. Once again, we're going to close entries for this giveaway in a few moments here. Again, you get 1 entry per person. You can only get an entry at twitch.tv/kabam. We will be closing entries. We will be drawing winners. The first person drawn will win the first ever 7-star. 3 days before anyone else, we will spin that crystal here.
Yep.
Because I said, I want to be involved. Me. No, because we want everyone to know who the first ever champion is. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Gut instinct. Who do you think it's going to be?
From the whole pool?
For the whole pool, who do you think it's going to be? Chat, who do you think it's going to be? See the stress. Stress.
This is just chance.
It is.
I will say Venom.
Venom, okay.
Venom.
My favorite is if you get it, if you guessed right, the number of people that are going to claim it's rigged.
Oh no, why would you do that to me?
Finton's behind the camera. Finton, who do you think it's going to be?
Sasquatch. That's a good pick. Yeah.
Yeah, I want it. I want Sasquatch too. I want Sasquatch in here. All right, we're winding down. This is going to be your last opportunity. Last opportunity. We're winding it down. I see Wiccan from Valdo Vision. That's who they want. I like that one too. Hulk from Jonathan Headmaster.
Hulk is going to be my second choice.
Okay,
so.
more love for Hulk. True No Talent, Lord Dark 7, Hulk. Gamora, Crispy Killer. Okay, I'm seeing I've said it a number of times today, and I think I just need the reminder occasionally, is that people love vastly different things about this game.
Yep.
And seeing a little bit of love for pretty much everybody is really, really awesome here, and I love it. All right, we're going to shut it down. We're going to shut down the entries. It's going to happen. All right, I am in control. Just positive affirmations for myself.
Was that a question or a statement?
Closing entries in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Listen, I'm just counting. They weren't seconds. I can count however I want. Okay, everybody, I hope you got your entries in here. The entries are closed. No one else says giveaway in this chat. No one else.
I'm
They're
sure
still
that'll
doing
work.
it.
Yeah.
Of course it wasn't going to work. There are 9,325 entries in this raffle. 9,325.
That's a lot.
That's wild. That's crazy. I'm trying to think of like a comparative number, but it's just hard to visualize, you know? That's how many champs we'll have in the game soon.
What?
It's not, but it's there. Okay, so we are going to draw the winner. The winner will be announced in the chat. The chat's flying through right now. It's going to be hard to find. It is going to be there. It is important. I don't have my phone. I was like, hey, I'll just record it so that you guys can't accuse us of cheating. It's all in front of me here. We're not doing it. I'm going to pick. I'm nervous, actually. I'm a little nervous, like in my bones, you know? I'm a little nervous, but I think it's great.
Yeah.
Okay, good luck, everybody.
Let's do it.
May the spins be ever in your favor.
Alrighty.
The winner of the first ever 7-star in Marvel Contest of Champions is G Studios 28. G Studios 28, are you still in the chat? That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know if you're here. If you are, I can't even see because it just flies through. It's flying through. G Studios 28, the first ever 7-star. Congratulations. Again, if you were not G Studios 28, don't worry. We have 10 runner-up prizes, 6-star Nexus crystals. We'll be doing that draw offline, and we're going to be sending all of this information. Once again, G Studios 28, we are going to be reaching out to you directly through Twitch. Only respond to the Kabam account. We're going to ask for your in-game information so that we can grant the champion to you in-game.
After we pull it.
I'm still like...
You need to see a doctor?
I swear I'm healthy. But congratulations to G Studios 28. Unbelievable. I'm blown away. I'm excited. Okay, but I can't come down yet because we are going to be drawing.
We have to do the spin.
We got to spin it. So if you didn't win, I'm sad. I'm sorry for you. There's like 9,000, almost 9,500 of you that are going to be disappointed right now. I get that. But share this beautiful moment with us right now, and let's find out who the first ever 7-star winner, 7-star crystal, 7-star champion.
You can do it.
I'm frazzled. I have all the information here. Okay. All right, let's bring it up on screen here. Oh, there's that beautiful crystal. There's that beautiful crystal.
It's so shiny. Oop.
There it is. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Oh! Who it could be?
They said it couldn't be done.
They said it couldn't be done! It's Groot! It's Groot! Oh my goodness. You thought we would give you a 7-star? There was no 7-star to be given away. You thought we would just give it to you just like that? For coming in and hanging out here? Nope. No way. Jax isn't even real. This is me, Kabam Slacks. So y'all got duped. Enjoy yo Groot. No, that's not real. There is a 7-star thing.
We are actually going to do this.
We're going to do it right now. We're doing it right now. Don't worry.
Alrighty.
All right. I'm sorry,
the actual
everyone.
spin this time.
I got it for realsies. This is an actual iPad. Oh, you can't see it.
They cut away, but he turned it around.
It's here. It's here. I have it. Watch.
All right.
Down and left and up and right. Down and left and up and right. Right? Okay. Here we go. Let's try it again, everybody.
Alrighty.
Whoa!
Oh my god.
Whoa! All right.
Alrighty.
Here it is. This is a big moment. Oh, there goes Sasquatch. Terrax.
Oh, it's Terrax.
Oh, Terrax. That's a strong pick. That's a strong one. I feel good about that. Yes, Terrax.
Spicy.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay. Congratulations,
There we go.
D-Studio 28. Terrax, the first ever one. Hold on, let me. I'm attached to things. Here's the other crystal that you guys just saw. So yeah, we got it. You're here. Terrax, very cool. First ever 7-star in the game.
Holy crap.
Terrax, didn't expect it. Oh, I mean, it was hard to expect because it's just
random
RNG.
chance.
Yeah,
Exactly,
let's go. But that's the first ever one. Again, we will be doing the drawing for the 10 runner-up prizes, the 6-star Nexus crystals. We're going to be doing that on our own time. Again, we are reaching out to winners via Twitch direct messages. Only trust the Kabam account, please. Man, I'm coming down a little bit now. That was exciting.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I have like a weird like wave of like relief and relaxation.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, this is happening.
Yeah.
7 stars
That's
are coming.
crazy cool. I'm stoked. I hope everyone's excited for 7 stars. I hope everyone's excited for Act 8.2. We are going to wrap up here.
Yep.
Aiden, thanks so much for joining us on stream
again.
here.
This was awesome.
Oh, Boo's off camera. Anyone familiar with Kabam Boo had made us some very, very nice signs. Oh, so does the control booth. There's a lot happening here. Gang, thank you so much for coming to these live streams. If this is your first ever time here, Thank you so much. I hope that you guys elect to come back. We do want to continue to do giveaways. They're not always going to be 7 stars. They're not. We found a bunch of copies of this pretty comic here, and we're thinking we might give some of those away in the next. So if you want some physical swag, that's something that we're looking into as well. We've talked about this a number of times, pretty much every time we've done our live streams, that we want to build Twitch as a platform. We want to grow to things like Twitch Drops, which rewards you with in-game items just for watching Marvel Contest of Champions content on Twitch.
Yeah.
For us to do that, we need buy-in. So you guys have come out in waves today. I know it was for the 7-star and not for Aiden or myself, and that's fine.
I'm so wounded.
I know. It's fine though, you know? But please, please, please come back and join us for a future one. Those of you on YouTube, hey, we're not always going to be on YouTube, but we will always be doing these live streams on twitch.tv/kabam. So come check these out. We have tentative plans for our next stream. We don't have a date locked in, but it should be soon. It's not a month wait this time. We're going to be going through some details about May's Champions and some of the content therein as well. Honestly, this was probably the most exciting stream we've had, and I've loved hanging out with each and every one of you. So thank you all, because you guys make this possible. Thank you to Aiden for guesting here. Thank you to everybody working behind the scenes. That's Kabam Boo. We got Mike and the whole video team, Finton, Matt, and Rob. Everybody, thank you so very much for being here. My name's Jax, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care.